Made us some comments, they paid us some homage, we married. Right, hello.
Why don't I hear it in my headphones?
I'm crushing the socials, rushing through Ukraine, touching the locals. Quasi-Kodo, touching the coastals. Ethiopia, touching the opals. And quasi-nobles, kissing the ring. You niggas is Google, I'm ChatGPT, mixed with a Bing. Lift every voice without lifting a thing. The baby was born with the gift for sing. I'm the less Elon, straight out of Pelon. I'm victory lapping, watching history happen, mystery cracking. It's the elitists attacking the fetus, they packing the seats up, cracking like C for C. They said it won't happen again, like yeah, getting back with. Right, hello. Crushing the socials, rushing through Ukraine, touching the locals. Quasi-Kodo, touching the coastals. Ethiopia, touching the opals. And quasi-nobles, kissing the ring. You niggas is Google, I'm ChatGPT, mixed with a Bing. Lift every voice without lifting a thing. The baby was born with the gift for sing. I'm the less Elon, straight out of Pelon. I'm victory lapping, watching history happen, mystery cracking. It's the elitists attacking the fetus, they packing the seats up, cracking like C for C. They said it won't happen again, like yeah, getting back with Adidas, see back with the heaters, back in the sweepers, all black like a pack of fajitas. Used to get stacks for the features, now niggas they pay us with straps on the back of their sneakers, just to come slack with the teachers. We made them a promise and made us some comments, they paid us some homage. We married the game and they gave us Madonna, no maiden, no honor, rebuking the priesthood like Sinead O'Connor. If I take the breath, God gave you the breathe. And remove the air from the wind and the breeze. Superman to turn to Christopher Reeve. That engine is lead. Train the blood you got in you that bleeds. Chop the tree of knowledge down and pick up the lead. Superman to turn to Christopher Reeve. That engine is lead. As I mumble on Pro Tools. Spaceship I could hover and cloak to. I abducted and probe you. Fly till I got the tongue of a toad too. On the rumble with Goku. It wasn't even close. I thought somebody told you. I'd be munching on gold shroom till I grow you. Like I jumped on a toadstool. Mirror, mirror, mirror on the wall. I'm hearing I'm the Ferris of them all. I clearly am a pharaoh and a god. There is no comparing me to y'all. Repeat a mantra, manifesting wealth. So me and all my family have held. Destroy the world and build it back better. My mind, I build a planet by myself. Unbelievable. I'm achieving the unachievable. I'm conceiving the unconceivable. All the demons I summon speak Hebrew. We play peekaboo. Unpredictable, unexplainable, inexplicable, undefinable, undescriptable, underrated, unequivocal, unforgivable. Feeling like I'm becoming invisible. Underground like the mud and mineral. Industry is so fucking pitiful. Only signing the thugs and criminal. Honestly, I would love to kill a few. Treat around like a blood and crip would do. Get in school, I would punch the principal. Treat the system like what would Hitler do? If I take the breath, God give you the breathe. And remove the air from the wind and the breeze. Superman to turn to Christopher Reeve. That engine is lead. Train the blood you got in you that bleeds. Chop the tree of knowledge down and pick up the lead. Superman to turn to Christopher Reeve. That engine is lead.
Dogs in the rainstorm gotta be chained on, frozen like brain freeze. Golden like 18, swollen like 8 beams. From the borough where they take cream. Shit, we throw in the mainstreams. Leave a nigga stiffing in steak greens. Look, got sweeter than pastries, cheaping on lace squeeze. Got a nigga face ski. Say cheese, had to rub it in like grapeseed. Pillar bleed blue like Grape Street. Spitting over rape beats, slipping off her waist beats. I got the gas, baked beans. God is a nap that can make memes. God in an app, make cream. I got it in the bag, rake leaves. I did dirt since my late teens.
Right, hello. rushing the socials, rushing through Ukraine, touching the locals, Quasi-Kodo, touching the coastals, Ethiopia, touching the opals, and quasi-nobles, kissing the ring. You niggas is Google, I'm ChatGPT, mixed with a Bing. Lift every voice without lifting a thing. The baby was born with the gift for could sing. I'm the less Elon, straight out of Pelon. I'm victory lapping, watching history happen, mystery cracking. It's the elitists attacking the fetus. They packing the seats up, cracking like C for C. They say it won't happen again, like yeah, getting back with Adidas. See back with their heaters, lacking the sweepers, so black like a pack of fajitas. Used to get stacks for the features, now niggas they pay us with straps on the back of their sneakers just to come stack with the teachers. We made them a promise and made us some comments. They paid us some homage. We married the game and they gave us Madonna, no maiden, no honor. Rebuking the priesthood like Sinead O'Connor. If I take the breath, God give you the breathe. And remove the air from the wind and the breeze. Superman to turn to Christopher Reeve. I injured his knee. A train of blood you got in you that bleeds. Chop the tree of knowledge down and pick up the leaves. Superman to turn to Christopher Reeve. I injured his knee. As I mumble on Pro Tools. Spaceship I could hover and cloak to. I abducted and probe you. Fly till I got the tongue of a toad too. On the rumble with Goku. It wasn't even close. I thought somebody told you. I'd be munching on gold shroom till I grow you. Like I jumped on a toadstool. Mirror, mirror on the wall. I'm hearing I'm the fairest of them all. I clearly am a pharaoh and a god. There is no comparing me to y'all. Peter mantra manifesting wealth. So me and all my family have held. Destroy the world and build it back better. My mind, I build a planet by myself. Unbelievable. I'm achieving the unachievable. I'm conceiving the unconceivable. All the demons I summon speak Hebrew. We play peekaboo. Unpredictable. Unexplainable. Inexplicable. Undefinable. Undescriptable. Underrated. Unequivocal. Unforgivable. Feeling like I become invisible. Underground like the mud and mineral. Industry is so fucking pitiful. Only signing the thoughts and criminal. Honestly, I would love to kill a few. Treat a rat like a blood and crip would do. Kid in school, I would punch the principal. Treat the system like what would Hitler do? If I take the breath, God give you the breathe.
Yeah, that part. Stop playing with us, man. Stop playing with my body. That right there, family, is Breathless off of the album of the year, Holy Ghost 3. You know what I'm talking about? I told you niggas. I told you niggas. I told you niggas. Then I not say, I'm like, yeah, prepare yourselves for some real hip hop, some God hop, some bars. You know what I mean? We're bringing Mars back. So there you have it. That's the follow up to Last Breath that we dropped in 2020. I think it was 2019 before COVID. We was talking about Last Breath. Yeah, we're gonna rewind that Bomba Clyde. We're gonna spin that before the night is out. You know what I'm talking about? We're gonna spin that before the night is out. Yeah. Yeah. That part. You know what I'm talking about? It's only right. That's that 2024 energy. You know, that's that 2024 energy coming through this bitch. You know what I'm talking about? Kicking down a mother effing door. You know what I mean? Smacking Mondem upside the head. That's that type of energy right there. You know? Let's go ahead and do the roll call. You know what I'm talking about? Welcome to Third Eye Thursdays. You already know what it is. You are now rocking with the best. Yes, this is your host for the evening, Brother Red Pillar, a.k.a. what? Rich Phillip in this thing. Rich Phil, baby. You know what I'm talking about? I've been having a lot of Rich Phil adventures and whatnot. It's real fun. The Rich Phil adventures are like, I promise you, it's like, it's too rich for Tubi. It's too rich for the Tube. You know what I mean? Like, no disrespect to the Tubi series and whatnot, but it's a little too opulent for Tubi and whatnot. And it's a little too saucy for Netflix. So I'm somewhere in between. You know what I'm talking about? Like Netflix, to be honest with you, Netflix is true crime. If I were to sum up the platform, the streaming platform Netflix, I would say that They got their teeth. They're known for true crime. That is the foundation of Netflix, because um, all of those documentaries that they show about serial killers, all of the drug dealer documentaries like Cocaine Cowboy, and even the original series like Narcos, they built the foundation on true crime. That's all true crime. Vlad TV, contrary to popular belief, also falls under the category of true crime. True crime is the number one niche in podcasting right now, especially when it comes to getting brand sponsorship and getting brand deals and whatnot. If you don't know and nobody told you, billions of dollars are being spent inside of the podcast space. If you have a great radio voice, right? If you have one of those radio voice, if somebody told you before that you have a good radio voice, if you have a good radio presence, if you're photogenic, if you have a not just one good story to tell, but multiple stories to tell, you could be a guest. You don't have to be the host. If you have one good story to tell, you could be the guest. Okay. You don't have to be the host. You could be a producer. You could be the lighter. You could be the person in lighting and whatnot. You could help with sound. You could build out the thumbnails and whatnot. You could do the editing, the post production, if you're nice like that, with the edits, and you could make TikTok web centric videos. There's so many roles that you could play in the podcast world. True crime is the number one niche, y'all. Women love true crime. What is it about true crime that y'all love, ladies? Let me go ahead and do this roll call, and then we'll have this deep conversation about true crime. And we'll get into the conversation tonight. The name of tonight's show is 24 Savage. You know what I'm talking about? 24 Savage. 2024 has started. We 11 days in, and this thing right here, is savage. You know what I'm talking about? This 2024 is giving savage all around the border. So that's what we have christened it. 24 Savage, and we're going to get into a dope show tonight. Let's go. All right, let's do the roll call. Let's see who's in the building. Let's tap in. Let's connect the grid and whatnot. Let's form Voltron. All right, without any further ado, let's get it. We got LA up in this thing. Shout out to LA. We got Mississippi up in this thing. Shout out to Mississippi. We got Thieveland up in this mog. All right. We got Norfolk up in this biatch. We got West Los Angeles up in this thing. All right. You and ATL will come through. All right. Let me just do, because this is going to be commercials all night. I got to do my own commercials and whatnot. You dig? I'm doing my own commercials all night. So the first commercial that we're going to be sponsored by, we are sponsored by Melanin Monday. All right. And I'm glad that you say that you outside and you in the ATL. ATL is a transient town. What does that mean? People are always visiting ATL. ATL is a space where people come through and they visit with family, they visit with friends and whatnot. So we make sure that we have events going on in the city and whatnot. So when y'all come through, y'all can fall through. This Monday, right, we will be presenting Brother Rich, aka Father Rich, aka Black Magic 363. He is going to be at YG Urban Cafe, which is in the West End, right across the street from Krispy Kreme. You can't miss it and whatnot. We're going to be in the building with Brother Rich. We're going to be in the building with vendors. We're going to be in the building with our good brother YG Urban Cafe with my brother Julius. We're going to be in the building with Brother Red Pill, who will be hosting it. Brother Blue Pill will be out of town. He won't be there, but everybody else will be holding it down. Tickets are going very fast. It's not a small place and it's not a super big place. We could fit about 200 and whatnot. So make sure that you get your ticket, because tickets are going very fast. You can RSVP by scanning the QR code right there in the flyer, or you could click the link that I have posted in the description and whatnot that will take you so you can RSVP. There is a price on the ticket. Okay, there is a price on the ticket. It is not a lot. It costs more at the door. It's only $22 on the website right now. Make sure, and then we're also selling plates. You have options to buy your meal. You also have options to where if you want to buy a whole VIP treatment will get you a meal, and it will also get you a quote unquote grab bag that will have items from different vendors inside of it. And I believe you'll also there's another item that you'll be receiving as well as a result of that. So go ahead and make your option. And if you want to tap in for live stream, that's also available. You'll be able to be with us through Zoom and whatnot. And you know how we do for the Zoom crowd. We take care of y'all. You know what I mean? We take care of y'all. We make y'all feel like y'all in the building with us. You know what I mean? Because we really doing it for y'all. You know, I'm really doing this to show the world what Atlanta looks like. I'm in Atlanta. Y'all not in Atlanta. I just did roll call. Let me finish roll call. I like talking. I'm a talker. You know what I'm talking about? I'm a talker. They said one day that I talk myself out the panties. You know what I'm talking about? I'm a talker. I like to talk. But they said I talk myself right out the box. You know what I'm talking about? And I just like to talk. You know, don't judge me. Sanford in the building. Shout out to Sanford. Michigan in the building. We got Ireland in the building. You know what I'm talking about? Savage Spaghetti. We got Canada in the building. We got the Bronx in the building. We got Dallas in the building. Crowns Heights active. You better go clean them tunnels up, Crown Heights. What the fuck? We got West Palm Beach up in this thing. We got the A up in this thing. We got Memphis. Let's go, Memphis. Let's go, Brandon. Newark is up in here. Raleigh up in here. So, oh, by way to BX. We got AZ checking in. We got the Shy checking in. We got Rochester. We got the whole world. We got Rochester, New York. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, this is live. What you talking about? What you do? What you heard? What you heard? Yeah, Philly up in this thing. Fort Worth is up in this thing. South Carolina. What's goody? South Carolina. PG. I see you. Staten Island. Charlotte up in this thing. Where we at? IG. I'm on IG and I'm on YouTube at the same damn time. I'm a bad man. We got Brooklyn up in his thing. Cleveland, San Diego, Rome, Georgia, Philly to Trenton. You see big things coming for you guys this year. I see it too. They reacting real positive to Richfield when he come true. They understand the movement, baby. DMV is here. Philadelphia is here. All I had to do is switch up my moniker. And now I'm doing videos with Monica. You are the one for me. Whatever song she sing. South Jersey, Tallahassee, Charlotte. I want to have this conversation about, I've been trying to get into this conversation, but because I'm such a talker, I never really get through a full thought, right? So I want to really hearken down and get into this conversation about the power of the avatar. I want to get into the conversation about the power of social media. I want to get into the conversation about the power of character, the power of character, the power of getting into character and staying in that bitch. What do you mean? What I mean is there is a power in your character. And when I mean your character, I'm not necessarily meaning like character and integrity character. I'm literally talking about the personalities that exist inside of your mind, right? Or your whatever your multiple attributes, or whoever these multiple voices that want to be heard that exist inside of you. They express themselves as what we know nicknames, avatars, and monikers, right? So what do you mean? What I mean is there is somebody inside of you that is trying to be heard and be seen, and they want to express themselves, your alter ego. How many people saw the movie Split? How many people saw the movie Split? Based off of our childhood trauma and whatnot, sometimes that will determine the lengths or the multitudes of multiple personalities and alter ego that one has and whatnot. Sometimes one's been shattered through their childhood trauma, and they've created a plethora or myriad of alternate egos and personalities and whatnot. What the internet came along and did, especially in Web 2.0, when we entered into the era of social media, is it allowed personalities to express themselves and to have a place not only to live, but have a place to create a bond with other disassociated personalities. It gave people a new world to completely immerse themselves in. We're talking Web 2.0, and we're speaking about it from the vantage point of living in the world of Web 3.0/4.0, right? So when I speak of it, I want to put it into the context of you remembering a world where you didn't have outlets to express the multiple personalities that exist within you, right? Either at the timing of you, giving yourself a new name on MySpace that was a Kemetic name or a Moorish name or an Islamic name or a name that was not necessarily a Christian name. You took it to the extremes on Black Planet because they said that this is a planet for Black people or this is a planet for the Blacks, right? So you said, wow, okay, Black Planet with your customizable backgrounds and whatnot. So what I could do now with this customizable background is that I could put myself in a whole new world and whatnot. So we were learning a level of coding and whatnot. We were learning a basic level of coding through utilization of Black Planet and MySpace, right? I wonder why Zuckerberg and these other people came along and stopped that, right? Because they put a complete halt on that damn near almost overnight. And we didn't get back to coding and whatnot. And now people are somewhat intimidated by the aspect or the idea of being a programmer or being a coder / being an architect / being a goddamn a builder / being in control of creating a world. Like Negroes is literally intimidated by that right now. They're taken aback by that. They're like, what does that got to do with me? Like they're in a level of cognitive dissonance that I haven't seen in a very long time. So here he goes. You're on MySpace. You're learning about. Well, let me speak about me in particular. I'm learning about Kemet. I'm immersing myself into the Nile Valley. This is around the years of 2006, 2007, right? 2006, 2007. I'm immersing myself, right? And I'm learning, okay, about all of the great things that Kemet has to offer. I'm also being enamored by the colors, right? They're capturing me with the lapis lazuli colors, right? The colorways, the color palettes, the design language. I'm going to the Metropolitan Museum. I'm studying the jury. I'm studying the design language of the megalithic and the monolithic structures. I'm studying everything that I could study about Kemet. I'm basically tapping into its lifestyle. I'm beginning to adorn myself in the jewelry. I'm wearing ankhs and whatnot. You feel me? I'm wearing the clothes that has the motifs of these great ancestors and these quote unquote zoomorphic entities that I was beginning to find more in common than differences with. So I was like all the way in. So on MySpace, I was reflecting that with the pictures, and my quote unquote avatar was King Tut. That's what my avatar was. That's what people saw me when they didn't know how I looked and whatnot, and they were introduced to my page. They were looking at King Tut, right? So I was able to express myself. I was able to speak to people. And then I was able to cut through all of the people that thought that they knew me from school and whatnot, because they didn't know that version of me. They knew Twin. They knew Phil Figure. They knew Wisdom. They knew Filthy, but they didn't know Red Pill. You understand? They didn't get to meet that version of me. They didn't get to meet that alter ego of me. They were not privy to that. So a lot of people got to see a new version of me through social media, where they were like, damn, wasn't this the dude that was wearing mad polo? And wasn't this homie that was tapped into the streets and whatnot? They was running with Mike Tyson and Jackie Rowe. They was doing like the modeling shit, stuff like that. Like, what's going on? How did they turn into Egyptians? You know what I'm saying? That was wild crazy. I could imagine, like, I if I was them, I'd be confused too. Niggas was like, what the hell? So they didn't know that Red Pill was born, and that I retired Twin, right? I got tired of, and then I retired the man known as Twin. What up, Lioness? Because I had reached a certain crescendo or a ceiling where that character, right, in the movie was over, and that character was just lingering on set. It didn't really have a purpose anymore because the movie had ended, right? So somebody says something about you can identify people who call you by nicknames for sure. Exactly. If you address me from a certain name, that means that you're addressing a certain alter ego, which means that you're addressing a certain time period in my unfolding and whatnot. So you have the opportunity to summon that alter ego by saying my name, like Candyman. I come out of a movie theater, and to my right, somebody say, yo, Twin. That will activate that avatar that is known as Twin. He has a set of programs. He even has a cadence that's different than Red Pill's cadence. He has a certain type of temperament. He has a certain type of disposition. He looks at you a certain type of way that may be different than how Red Pill will look at you. Rich Phil might look at you different than how Red Pill looks at you. So these are all aspects, or what they call facets, of this diamond, right? This multifaceted, quote unquote, being, or light, sentient light being that is expressing itself as a black male who is a quote unquote melanated man from the Bronx, aka slash New York City slash Brooklyn. But you know that's not me. Yeah, I'm talking about. You know that's not who the hell I am. That is not me, bro. That's not me, bro. You know what I'm talking about? That's different parts of me. That's the parts of me that I was just able to discover while we had the internet and while I had free Wi-Fi. You know what I'm talking about? There's so many different parts of me. There's so many different aspects of me. There's so many different facets of me. There's so many different attributes of me. You know, Allah has 99 attributes and whatnot. So when you say somebody got a lot of personalities and things of that nature, you won't shame somebody who has knowledge of self, because they'll be like, you damn right, I got multiple personalities. I'm not one dimensional. I live in I exist in the multiverse. You understand? And they said that the human mind exists in 11 dimensions. How the hell could I be one person? And me personally, I just happen to be a different type of human being having a different type of experience on the planet Earth because I incarnated as an identical twin. That is different than a lot of people, bro. I literally split in half from one egg. I'm quantum entangled to a whole nother human being, bro. I literally am quantum entangled with a whole nother human being, meaning that I have a very high chance that if you separated me and my bro, and we didn't even know that we were twins, and we just were raised separately, like he was from the UK and whatnot. He was probably raised in Crondon or you know, and I was raised in Flatbush. We'll still have mad shit in common. You know what I'm talking about? We will still have a lot of things in common, more than likely, because of the quantum entanglement. So I'm an advocate. I am an advocate for allowing people to express their personalities versus having people bottle up their personalities, hide their different personalities, feel ashamed about having different personalities, wanting to quote unquote suppress. Because when you suppress something, you don't necessarily, if you don't know what you're suppressing, and you won't allow that thing to rise up and whatnot and to express itself, you could be doing yourself more harm than good, right? So what the internet provides us is the opportunity for us to be on the stage and whatnot, where we may have gone wrong. And when I say we, I'm also speaking to myself. We are on the internet, right? We're participating in social media and on social networks, being our best version of who? Yourself. What you mean by that? You on the internet out of character. Think about it. You're on the internet where you're supposed to be in character, right? And you're not in character. You're not taking advantage of social media. You're not taking advantage of the internet. These stages were created by neurological, quote unquote, geniuses, right? They study the human brain, they study human psychology. They know, like Andy Warhol said back in the days, that human beings will have, quote unquote, 15 minutes of fame. Shout out to Chicago Crypto Block Bully in the building. Please, everybody, get this man a round of applause. This man is a genius, and he has helped to create multiple millionaires and possibly billionaires in our community. You will see it on this bull run. I promise you, mark my word, okay? So this internet, or rather social media 2.0, we're not talking about the 1.0 in a bubble burst. 2.0 is dealing with heavy human psychology. But what they did know is that many different that people have multiple personalities and whatnot, and their multiple personalities are what is going to populate the internet. So if you're on the internet and you're giving the whole world every single part of your real life, every single part of your private life, every single part of who you are authentically, my question to you is, what the hell do you have for yourself? If you on the internet, giving the internet all of you, then what part of you do you have for yourself? An actor can't go and act in Hollywood and come home and don't have a private life where they could unplug from Hollywood and be somebody completely different with the people that know them the most. That's the same thing that's going down with this internet. You supposed to be on this internet in full character, doing what the hell character is supposed to do on the internet. This is not real life. This is the fucking stage, and you niggas is on the stage trying to be real life, and that's where you went wrong and whatnot. You're not even playing the role that you've been prepared for. Do you know that you could be anybody on the internet? But then people would be like, yeah, that's right, Red Pill. Everybody's so fake on the internet. My thing to them would be like, you know they found out how to make fake work though. They understand that this shit, even I think the people who are online faking it are being closer. They're moving closer to the answers that this whole shit is fake. They're moving closer to the realization that the whole thing was a game the whole damn time. They're moving closer than that than the people that are living this conformed reality, this program, this loop. You're in a goddamn loop. You are in what is considered to be Groundhog Day. You're in a constant loop and you're not even challenging this quote unquote script or this movie. You're acquiescing and you are almost in danger, right? You're almost in danger of falling into this loop and repeating yourself if you don't do something a little bit different. People is on the internet super frustrated because you got on the internet or you got on social media trying to be super deep and trying to be your fake real self when you were supposed to be in character. You don't even know what script you're following. You don't even know that this shit is a movie, bro. And I don't like that for you. I want you to realize this thing is whatever you make it. This is where you can thrive, but not you per se, your alter ego. What is your alter ego? I see women walking around with colorful hair and whatnot, and it puts a smile on my face because I'm like, you know what? They in character, and I'm not mad at them because they on social media, so they're in their alter ego. There's women online dancing and whatnot, and they're being very sensuous and whatnot. You know what? At the end of the day, they in their alter ego. They're in a certain personality. They're living it out through their phones and whatnot, or they're living it out in this digital world where they've come to the realization that this is a stage. This is a global galactical stage, and you hear that voice calling you and say, come on the stage. Come on the stage. Let me see you dance. Come on the stage. Let's see what you got and whatnot. Some people get the Sandman treatment, but then some people get a bunch of likes. They get that dopamine. They get them claps. They hear that, give us more. Give us more. We like you. You know, they like it, Mikey. You know what I mean? And then they feed that part of a person that is thriving for attention and whatnot inside of the attention economy because we show up for this attention, and attention has become a drug to a sorts. People didn't realize how powerful their eyeballs were. You know what I'm talking about? But the double slit experiment shows you that your eyeballs theoretically may be the most powerful organ on your body. Henceforth, in an organ harvesting underworld, the eyeballs is one of the most highest sought after organs, right? The double slit experiment showed you that what? When you observe something, that's when you make it real. Okay? That's when you make it real. When you observe something, that's when you make it real. So there's a lot of things in this reality through social media that if we never had observed it, it wouldn't have became real like that. If we was not inundated with Black Death, if we were not quote unquote put into a deluge of Black trauma, right? Through an algorithm, it automatically automated us the same way that they do cattle and whatnot with the cattle prods, and they're able to take a herd of cattle and, you know, lead them in a certain direction. They were able to lead melanated people in a certain direction by programming these algorithms to do what? To put you inside of an echo chamber of pure Black death. It was like Faces of Death on fentanyl. That is a fact. You know what I mean? They've been doing that collectively to the people through social media since Trayvon Martin's quote unquote ritual assassination. That's when they've been cooking people ever since, I would say, Obama's rise. but it got ramped up in 2012 and it's been going off the rails ever since. And I will suspect, and I'm gonna put it on record, and I'll even put some bread on it, that it's going to always come back to the culprit. And the culprit, for sake of censorship, we'll call the culprit Kaiser Sose, verbal. And the movie Usual Suspects, who Kaiser Sose is most famously one of the more famous characters. The movie Usual Suspects, if you go back and watch it, they were highlighting multiple nationalities. These were like bank robbers and whatnot, right? But these multiple nationalities, it's almost like an analogy, because these robber barons or these bank robbers, right? They were on a ship, right? These were multiple European nationalities who came to America and pillaged it. They robbed it. Multiple nationalities, not one. We were under the impression, because of our, limited education and whatnot, I would just chalk it up to that. Our limited education stifled us and really just gave us a fucking elementary version of history, bro, of history. But the real history is that multiple tribes of Europeans came over here, and none of them are the same. They are all from different nationalities. You have the German tribe, right? It's called the German tribe for a reason. You have the Franks. You have you had the quote unquote Brits, the brutish Moors. You had the British and whatnot. You had the Franks. You had the Danes. You had the Scots. These are all different people. You had the Polacks and whatnot. Eastern European and Western European are two different worlds, y'all. These are not the same people. And the quote unquote, the lofty title of what they call white, which is a political designation, it's a legal status. This was bestowed upon the last group of people that it was bestowed upon was the Zionists. They're the last ones who were Christian. Like when they did, like back in the days when the evil witch was alive, and they take you and they make you a sir, like Sir Elton John, when they took the sugar, the lizard, the king of the lizards, King fucking Cooper, and they took the sword and they knighted him, like Sean Connery got knighted. Well, the version of when you like how they have members coming into bricks and whatnot, right? Now you see members coming into brick, and when they absorb them into bricks, that's sort of like an elite a title and whatnot. That's sort of like bringing them into an elite club. Well, use that context and add that same thing to the word white as a status and as a quote unquote club. That's what white is, not the skin color. We know that we've never, if you see somebody and they're white like a piece of paper, you at the wake, my nigga. Wake up, you're at a wake, okay? Because there's no such thing as white people, right? That is a designation, that is a colorable term, and that is a legal status. Let's all just be grown with it. Let's all get on some grown man shit, because that's what it's going to take in order to not go into this quote unquote cycle of amnesia, where on Sunday we grown elders, and then on Tuesday we functioning like teenagers on these apps. Like there's a resetting taking place, and people can't break out of it. A back and forth between your third childhood and eldership. And that got a lot to do with this damn social media, because social media got elders wearing blue hair. And I'm like, I'm not mad at that and whatnot. I'm not mad at somebody's great grandmother experiencing a hot girl summer. I mean, it's a sign of the times. It's an experiment. It's an experience. It's an experience. You know what I mean? It gets logged into the world's experience, I guess. But that shit crazy to me. You know? The people from the Caucasus cave dwellers are still digging tunnels. These are people that dug tunnels in caves. They come out of the caves. They are subterranean people. They're dwellers. They're underground dwellers. These are literally Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. These are literally Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, y'all, that you see functioning in this story in New York City. Let's go right into it. Let's go into the story and let's make some sense of some things that we saw over the past few days and whatnot, right? First of all, rest in peace to my dude out of Miami. Damn it, man. I don't want to say the wrong name. I don't want to say if it's Vito. I don't want to, but I know that there was my dude made transition, and that shit was crazy. So Rising Power, Overtown, Overton, everybody out there, hold your heads and whatnot. Give me 1 minute, okay. So at the same time, right? We're gonna all right, let's just do a little bit of this research. Let's unpack this real quick. Okay. This is interesting. Somebody sent me life support. Cash App said, thank you for the life support. Thank you. I appreciate you. Now check this out, right? Look at this. The Jewish Tunnel. You ever heard about that? The Jewish Tunnel, also known as the Brooklyn Tunnel. I never heard about the Jewish Tunnel or the Brooklyn Tunnel, and I lived in New York for 40 some odd years. It's a passenger rail tunnel that connects the boroughs of Brooklyn and Manhattan in New York City. It was built in the early 1900s and is used primarily by the New York City subway system. The tunnel is over 2 miles long and runs through the heart of the city. It has 187 columns, over 50 feet high, which have been historically referred to as the Arches of Brooklyn. The Jewish Tunnel is an important transportation hub for the metropolitan area and serves millions of people every day. Oh, okay. So that's the tunnel the trains and shit go to. They call that the Jewish Tunnel. Interesting. But this right here is the new Jewish Tunnel. This is the Jewish Tunnel that got the whole world talking. Keep in mind that I said early in the game, right, that this war that's being fought, right, this is a war of the highest proportions. This war has already been lost by Israel or Israel. They already lost the war because the war of public perception and the war of quote unquote propaganda, they failed that miserably. They didn't win that war. TikTok won the war. The liberals won the war. And people who were rallying against these people for years and were not being heard, were not being felt, they were not being considered and whatnot, because these wizards and these warlocks, they do real magic, right? They do magic to make you not even pay attention to them. They do magic to make you forget shit, like Men in Black type things. So there was not just that regular, there was the magic of PR firms. There's the magic of email campaigns. There's the magic of the ADL. There's a lot of magic that was pushing a lot of people who were trying to expose these people off of bridges, out of windows, off of cliffs, off of roofs and whatnot. You know what I mean? Into the quote unquote psycho wards. Yeah, they do a lot of cleaning up. You know what I mean? They clean a lot of people up. I promise you. They put in mad twerk on many different levels. But now, over the past, I would say 120 days, the world has shifted in their visions of who these people necessarily are. Keep in mind, I was using the name Verbal, right, from Usual Suspects. Now, in the movie Usual Suspects, Verbal represents the Zionists, right? And all of the other people, Mr. Green, they have colorable terms, they have colorable names, crayons, right? They're colors, but they all represent nationalities, right? These nationalities, based off of the information that you do and how far back you go, these nationalities all tie into the Moorish bloodlines and the Moors in quote unquote Europe, not just in Spain. It's not just the Moors in Spain, it's the Moors in Germany, it's the Moors in Portugal, it's the Moors in France, it's the Moors in Italy, it's the Moors in Spain. It's the Moors they are affecting all of the quote unquote regions in Europe and also somewhere in some places in Asia. Okay. They are both loved and hated. They are loathed and envied. Okay. When they are defeated, they usher in the Enlightenment period. And all the Enlightenment period really boils down to is them lighting, they're lighting, they're bleaching their race. They're lighting their way back into blonde hair, blue eyes, pale skin, and whatnot. They're reversing the darkening, they're reversing the blackening of their races and whatnot, because that what was going on through miscegenation. All right. There was a lot of there was mixing of the different stocks. Let's just say the stocks, because sometimes this is a stocks thing. This is about pedigrees and stocks, bloodlines, and things of that nature. So these people right here, right, that I'm pointing out, and this synagogue right here, this is the most important story of the year, bar none, hands down. Thank you, Afro Goddess, for that beautiful cash app. I feel very appreciated by you. I feel I'm very honored to receive your support. Thank you. This is one of the most important stories, hands down, bar none, of the year. Going back to what I was saying a minute ago, this group of people were able to navigate through the world, right? Verbal, from Usual Suspects. You see the character Verbal, who was played by who? Kevin Spacey. Who is Kevin Spacey's in real world? Not the character, right? Because I went back into avatars, alter egos, characters. Kevin Spacey, right? You don't know the real Kevin Spacey. You only know these actors through the quote unquote artists, or the quote unquote the roles that they play, right? You assume that you know who Denzel really is, but have you ever met Denzel? You know his name, and you like, that's Denzel Washington, that's Denzel Washington. You know what he brings to different characters, but every single time that you really locked in with Denzel, he was playing another role. He's in character. He's an icon, right? People don't say he's a clown. People don't say he's fronting. People don't say he's trying too hard. No, they recognize that this man could get into character and stay into character, convince you of the character, play the role, and get the job done, tell the story, and now he's out. Why don't you do that? Why don't you learn? Because you might not know how to do that, right? You might have to learn how to do it, but he's showing you that there's something going on in this simulation or this movie or this life, where the character or the alter ego or the role player is somewhat a little bit overlooked. We're not giving them enough credit. We're not giving them enough credit to the roles that they play in this life, which is really just a story. Okay, we're not giving them enough credit, and we are not seeing the power in the character, right? This is a mythos. I appreciate a character like Ye. Why? Because it's a character. He's giving me something to think about. He's giving me something to contemplate. His character development is very deep and whatnot. He's giving me, he's able, you're able to have these barbershop arguments or these debates about him, because you don't know if you ever are going to meet Kanye Omari West. You don't know if you ever going to see the real him anymore. He's just in whatever character that he decides to introduce to the world. I think what rapper was it? Somebody was like, yeah, there's like five there's like 5 yays. There's not one yay. I think Cameron said it. Cameron was like, it's like 5 of them niggas. But he said the one that I always meet is mad cool. He don't got no problems. He don't got no mental problems. This nigga's funny and he's chilling, right? Meaning that once again, somebody could call your name and summon your alter ego, right? That shit will come right online. It will jump right. Yo, Peaches. And here you go. You know what I'm saying? You marry Magdalene Sekhmet Bay on Facebook. But niggas from Etowah Projects, they know you as Peaches. You know what I'm talking about? Like, nigga, you Peaches. That's who they know. They know Peaches, who like that song Peaches and Cream. So they summon Peaches while you at the farmer's market trying to get your goddamn Mary Magdalene El Bay on, and then boom, you snap right into character. You be like, oh. You be like, oh, ski. You hit the fucking sexy red on them. Ski. You know what I mean? And then you talk in, you probably have a conversation and you're proficient in the language of poultry. You know what I'm talking about? You know how to, you know what I mean? You know how to, they got the Africans that be clucking and whatnot or clicking. You just be in the motherfucking aisle 6 clucking. You know, with your old clients. Ski. When you was Peaches, but now you're Magdalene Bay. You know what I'm talking about? And you eat star fruits, and you got a mean sour sop. You know what I'm talking about? You eat a mean sour sop. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You a eater, but you a vegan eater. That part. So ski. You know what I mean? You like. We would just call you sexy star fruit instead of sexy red. You like you sexy sour sop. You know what I'm talking about? Your new name is sexy sour sop. So you doing a ceiling challenge, you sexy sour sop, but during the day, you know what I'm saying? You're like you're Gertrude Williams at the library. You're Gertrude Williams at the library. You know what I'm talking about? But you sexy sour sop when you listening to some Free Soul, turning up some Lizzie Jeff comes on. You know what I'm talking about? You got some AJ McQueen and whatnot. You got some Londrell on Spotify and whatnot. And you sexy sour sop. And you doing the ceiling challenge. You feel me? You put the flip phone on the ceiling and you start to twerk. You know what I'm talking about? Sexy sour sop, just going all in, shaking her dreads like you know, like Sosa and them. That's your alter ego. You might want to OnlyFans it. That is your alter ego. Nobody is here to judge you. I'm here to let you know. Let your alter ego live. Let her, let him, let them. Let it fucking breathe, yo. That's what the internet is for. Don't judge yourself. If it get real bad, go and get the Mexican wrestler mask. That solves all fucking problems, and it helps push you past the threshold of just standing at the door. Go and get the Mexican wrestler mask. You know what I mean? You know that shit, Nacho Libre. And you literally could do anything that you want. You could do OnlyFans. You could do fucking you could go nude bathing. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, you literally could do anything. You know what I'm talking about? You could become anybody. Yeah, Lucha Libre, Peso Puma, nigga. You could become Peso Puma, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Be who you gotta be. Use the internet for your mental health. I'm just saying all of that to say, utilize social media to flesh out your mental health issues and use this shit for therapy, y'all. Use this thing for your therapeutic purposes. Don't take yourself too serious on the internet. Don't take yourself too serious on the internet. Don't try to come climb up on the internet and be fucking Gertrude. You know what I mean? Don't try to be Pastor Manning on the internet. You know what I'm talking about? Don't try to break into the side door of this janky ass bando called social media and try to be fucking Sharif and these niggas mad deep and whatnot. Nobody's trying to hear that. Nobody's trying to hear that. They showed up for characters. People who have mobile phones, they want to be entertained. You understand? You could teach them along the way, but they want to be entertained, Gertrude. You do a little bit of twerking while you teaching. You know what I'm talking about? Put some twerk in your teach. Yeah, throw in the foot. Oh shit! Y'all don't want the fuzzy shiesty. You know what I mean? Put a little bit of twerking in your teaching and whatnot. People take themselves too serious. People take themselves too serious, and I'm here to let you know that, you know, here is 2024 is telling me to tell you it is not that serious. You got to laugh at yourself because this whole shit right here is laughable. You understand? This whole thing right here, this thing is laughable, y'all. You know? And we be taking ourselves way too serious because why? Who are we trying to impress? Who are we putting on for? You know what I'm saying? Who? Niggas from your school? That's who you doing this for? Your stalkers? You know? Your ego? I just want you to get the best out of it. You know? This internet shit is real fun if you make it that. It is what you make it. It is what you make it. I think we should do a music break. I think we should get back to the music, y'all. You know what I'm talking about? We should definitely get to the music. Who want to hear some music? Who want to hear some music? Oh, I should have put the mic on mute. My bad. Who want to hear some music? Yeah, that part. So yeah, real quick, we got a little coffee break. You know what I'm talking about? We're going to get into some music and then we're going to come back and we're going to get into the conversation, you know what I mean, about this 24 Savage. We're going to talk about these aliens and whatnot in Miami. You know what I'm talking about? But let's quick and then we come back. You dig? Whoever just hit that Cash App, thank you for the love. Let's go.
Red pillar.
Crushing the socials, rushing through Ukraine, touching the locals. Quasi-Kodo, touching the coastals. Ethiopia, touching the opals. And quasi-nobles, kissing the ring. You niggas is Google, I'm ChatGPT mixed with a Bing. Lift every voice without lifting a thing. The baby was born with the gift for sing. I'm the less Elon, straight out of Pelon. Victory lapping, watching history happen, mystery cracking. It's the elitists attacking the fetus. They packing the seats up, cracking like C4C. They say it won't happen again, like Gay getting back with Adidas. He back with the heaters, back in the sweepers, so black like a pack of fajitas. Used to get stacks for the features, now niggas they pay us with straps on the back of their sneakers just to come stack with the teachers. We made them a promise and made us some comments. They paid us some homage. We married the game and they gave us Madonna, no maiden, no honor. Rebuking the priest like shit they don't honor.
If I take the breath, God give you you to breathe. Remove the air from the wind and the breeze. Superman to turn to Christopher Reeve. I injured his knee. A train of blood you got in you that bleeds. Chop the tree of knowledge down and pick up the leaves. Superman to turn to Christopher Reeve. I injured his knee. As I mumble on Pro Tools. Spaceship I could hover and cloak to. I abducted and probe you. Fly till I got the tongue of a toad too. On the rumble with Goku. You wasn't even close. I thought somebody told you. I'd be munching on gold shroom till I grow you. Like I jumped on a toadstool. Mirror on the wall. I'm hearing I'm the fairest of them all. I clearly am a pharaoh and a god. There is no comparing me to y'all. Peter Mantra manifesting wealth. So me and no.
All right. back to the business. Okay. Unbelievable. Unachievable. So let's get back to the story of what is taking place in New York City. I am planning on doing a video essay. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be called The Tunnel. Okay. So discovery of a tunnel at a Shabab synagogue spurs false claims and conspiracy theories. Let me know how y'all can hear.
A group of Hasidic Jewish worshippers, mostly students, were arrested this week after their secret tunnel was discovered under a Brooklyn synagogue. A small faction of worshippers there decided that they wanted to expand the synagogue. So apparently in secret, they've been sort of digging within the basement, connecting the existing synagogue to a empty space nearby. The synagogue's leaders apparently discovered the tunnel in the last few weeks, and on Monday they sent a cement truck to repair the walls. When they did that, the Hasidic students who supported the tunnel staged an impromptu protest, getting inside the passage and refusing to leave. Video showed that some people apparently shoved cops, others lifted these prayer desks into the air. As a result, 9 people were arrested, 3 were issued disorderly conduct summonses, and as of this week, the city is still making sure that the structural foundation of the synagogue is intact.
Now, when they're talking about that there was an explosion of conspiracy theories, what they're really referring to is the fact that these people have they have a history that follows them. And this history always points to the fact that everywhere that they go, there's this thing that follows them about what? Children missing. They call it blood libel. Children missing, children being taken advantage of, and quote unquote, the clandestine movements of these very sneaky and very quote unquote undercover people, right? This follows them. This is not something that is just, a random occurrence. This is something that has been levied on them for damn near centuries, y'all. Okay. These people are very dangerous. And it's because we haven't been taught properly, right? We've been hoodwinked. We've been bamboozled. We not only been lied to, but we've been quote unquote uh it's more egregious than a lie. It's more egregious than a lie because the energy that melanated people have given to this group of people, because these were primarily our caretakers, you know what I mean? Coming up, they had us from 0 to 7 because this is the old Jewish teacher that was hitting us with rulers and whatnot. And they was telling us all about their pain. They were telling us all about their trauma. They were telling us all about their issues and whatnot. They made us feel for them. So we had them in our hearts and our minds. And not only did we have them in our hearts and our minds, we consented to a lot of the things that they've done. We didn't check them. We didn't check them. We consented. And a lot of the shit that they got over and got by with was based off of melanated people's consent, because we was like, we Jewish too. Yeah, they played us. You feel me? And they didn't tell us that Israel was trying to legalize pedophilia. The consent of age is 16, but they say it could be as low as 14, provided that both parties consent and have a 3-year age gap, right? So there's a huge problem in this holy land. If it's so holy, then why is it a rest haven for quote unquote pedophiles? Why is it a rest haven for these people who are deemed to be undesirables? Please tell me why. You know what I'm saying? Please tell me why. Because it wouldn't have been that if these people were who they said they was, right? Then we won't have to worry about that. So when they hear something about an underground tunnel, of course, that's going to spark a lot of talk. Shit, people is like, what's that about? You know what I mean? So today was an unprecedented day in world history because I don't recall ever seeing Israel being called to trial and whatnot. But today, South Africa, out of all countries, right? They took the case of genocide to the International Criminal Court. They did something that I heard Moors talk about doing for as long as I've been in this community, right? They did something that I heard Moors saying that they wanted to do, not to say that they can't do it. You know, I got faith in the Moors. I know that they put in a lot of work, you know what I mean? And they're able to do even more, right? So the ICJ hears South Africa's genocide case against Israel over the Gaza war. When I say every single clip that I saw, they was cooking these people in ways that I ain't seen them cook yet in the world and on a world stage. Yo, South Africa was cooking them, bro. Let's see if they got it. Yeah, here, let's check this out.
Asking questions.
How was the community after the cyclone?
Hearing the facts.
This is the legacy of colonialism.
Understanding the reality.
Terrorism is here.
Reporting from the action.
It's a race against time to find people still trapped under the rubble.
With fearless journalism and in-depth coverage, Al Jazeera's teams on the ground bring you closer to the heart of the story.
South Africa tells the International Court of Justice.
Please be seated.
The world is witnessing a textbook case of genocide unfold in Gaza.
This killing is nothing short of destruction of Palestinian life. It is inflicted deliberately. No one is spared, not even newborn babies.
It has started legal proceedings against Israel in the UN's highest legal body, looking to show a pattern of large-scale homicidal destruction that qualifies as acts of genocide.
For the past 96 days, Israel has subjected Gaza to what has been described as one of the heaviest conventional bombing campaigns in the history of modern warfare.
South Africa is arguing Israel's military campaign since Hamas's attack on southern Israel on October the 7th has been nothing short of the systematic destruction, in whole or in part, of Palestinians as a population group.
As we stand today, 1% of the Palestinian population in Gaza has been systematically decimated.
In order to establish intent, South Africa's lawyers say the court has the benefit of simply being able to listen to the words of the Israeli leadership.
Israel's political leaders, military commanders, and persons holding official positions have systematically and in explicit terms declared their genocidal intent.
Their messages filtering down into the rank and file of the Israeli army, singing proudly.
Madam President.
Genocidal language, says Tembeka Ngcukaitobi, comes from the very top.
Genocidal utterances are therefore not out in the fringes. They are embodied in state policy.
Palestinians have suffered 75 years of oppression, 57 years of occupation, and 16 years of a siege on Gaza. And for all that time,
Israel, for years, has regarded itself as beyond and above the law. As the UN Special Rapporteur on the occupied Palestinian territories explained in 2022, and I quote, "The occupation by Israel has been conducted in profound defiance of international law and hundreds of United Nations resolutions with scant pushback from the international community."
outside the court, in the streets of Ramallah and the occupied West Bank, and among those crammed into an ever smaller sliver of land in Gaza, South Africa has given hope to a people crying out for their suffering to be seen and literally dying to be heard. Michael Apple, Al Jazeera.
Yeah, so like I said, internationally, these people are done, right? Their credit is finished. Their image is soiled forever. The face card that they used to have that was good, no longer good. Their business is not even considered to be good anymore like that. There's been a pivot away from the Rothschild banking system into something that's dealing with no usury, which is what the Arab countries have. Now with the ETF, with the Bitcoin, the rise of Bitcoin, Bitcoin is tripolar. Bitcoin doesn't represent the quote unquote. It's the wild card. It is the wild card. Even with big tech and even with a lot of Web3 and crypto businesses being anchored in Israel, there's going to be a humongous pivot away from the quote unquote Israeli interests. They lost the war. There's nothing that they could do to fix that. They are being revealed. It's like Kaiser Sose being discovered as being Kaiser Sose or verbal. It's like Kaiser Sose having somebody completely read him and blow up his spot. The famous saying in the movie was the devil did what? Convince man that he did not exist. That's how he got over, by convincing man that he doesn't exist. So their trick is to convince the world that they don't exist. They are the proverbial verbal. They are the proverbial verbal. They are the proverbial Kaiser Sose. You don't even, they're so unsuspecting that you don't know that this is who you're dealing with. They could play the role of a very meager and quote unquote unsuspecting, unthreatening type of persons. That's what they do. Okay? That's what they do. And when you least expect it, they'll show you their fangs. Like this image right next to me with this dripped out alien. Look at this nigga right here. This nigga's drippy, pulling up to Florida. He heard about the city girls and whatnot. He trying to get some action. He was trying to get some but rumor has it that they was selling these Nikes and whatnot. There was a drop right there in the mall and whatnot. And these aliens, they be shopping on these niggas be shopping on whatchamacallit. Some of them be swiping and whatnot, but they be on Alibaba, they be on Flight Club and shit like that. So they was like the whoever this drop was, they said, I think it might have been some mischief boots and whatnot. It was like it's only in store. So the aliens had to show up. It was like, fuck it. We can just open up this portal and get these kicks and we out. And they rumor has it they got to the mall and one they seen a fucking city girl and it was on and popping. Some chick that one of the aliens was following was at the mall. I think it was an OnlyFans model. And then they wanted to stay longer. And then the police got called and, everything else is what it is. But yeah, the aliens is even pushing up to Florida. They, the shorties in Florida so hot that the aliens, they trying to get some. You know what I mean? Them city girls they must got that I think young MA, she likes to, Yeah, I think the aliens heard about Young and May, that she was on the market, and then she likes golden showers, so they was shooting a shot. You know what I'm talking about? Niggas pulled up in them scat packs. You know what I'm talking about? They pulled up in them scat packs, and they was trying to get it popping. Sniper gang. You know what I mean? Sniper gang. You know. Yeah, they heard about sexy sour sop in them. they, they was I heard that they was jury shopping for sexy sour sop. They was going to H&M to get sour sop, some scrunchies and shit. And because she was performing at the fucking Yellow Market on Sunday. She was supposed to do her new single, you know what I'm saying, Twerking on CMOS. And they was getting some Balenciaga, some jorts or jeans jorts, by the way. And not Young M.A. likes golden showers. No, the girl from City Girls, Young Miami, yo. Young Miami. Yeah, the Anunnaki heard about Young Miami, and they like, shit, we got some good. They was like, wait a minute. So you telling me the shorty from Carisha, she's single? They was like, wait, did he fucked up? You know what I'm talking about? I've been busy. I haven't. So the alien nigga was like, wait, did he fucked up? Wait, did he likes white fingernail polish? Wait, hold, pause. Wait, he did what? Wait, Cassie who? You mean shorty with the buzz cut, like the Palladians? Wait, they broke. Oh, wait a minute. Carisha single, and they pulled up. That's what happened. They pulled up. City Girls is up right now. She said, fuck the Arab money. She got an Anunnaki nigga with mad gold. And she got an Anunnaki nigga with mad gold. Sexy star fruit and sexy sour side. Sexy star fruit. Yo, y'all fucking around, man. We could get rich together. You know what I'm talking about? Just get rich in it, man. I'm out here working and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? Don't judge me if you see Rich Phil walking a poodle on Fifth Ave one day. Just know that I'm working. Rich Phil is trying to get him some land. I've been talking to the Acre Boys. I'm gonna get about 20 acres. I'm gonna put some motherfucking tiny homes on there. I just, I was on a call with some suppliers from China. These niggas told me that they could send me a tiny home with tiny in it. I was like, damn, the technology, the level of where we at right now, nigga. What is it today? 111. These niggas said that they sent me a tiny home with tiny in it. They got sex dolls that look like tiny, y'all. You know what I mean? With the rubber nose. Them kids did open up a portal. You talking about them kids might have opened up a portal. Them kids did open up a portal. Them niggas open up a portal. They got technology right now that they can open up portals. That's a fact. I don't put nothing past these little star seeds. If a fucking child is 2 years old and can operate your iPhone and your fucking tablet simultaneously, you don't think by the time they're 13 and 15 that they can open up a portal? You know what I'm talking about? You don't think that they can open up a portal? I do. You know? I do. Why the video's blurry? I think those are AI generated, the videos that they may be showing, but them little children open up a portal, and this won't be but my thing is this is the last year. There's nothing from this point forward that the kids are the portal. Let's get back to what I was saying about the kids. So if a 2-year-old could function a tablet, how do they don't know the passcode, but they're on the phone. They playing games and they ordering shit. They're getting past passcodes. They're getting past firewalls. They're getting past they don't read manuals, but they know how to work the technology. So if anybody is going to open up a portal and bring aliens or other life forms or if anybody's going to tweak the AI, because the AI is going to have to bring white people to court the same way to South Africa. How is South Africa that just came off of apartheid bringing a fucking country to court for war crimes? That's how you know we in a bizarre world. But it's going to take AI to take the white man to the same type of trial that you're seeing go down right now. Know that a day is going to come when one of us is going to be alive. It might not be all of us, but one of us is going to be alive, and we're going to see the fact that Europeans or white people, different nationalities, because like I said, there's the Germanic tribes, there's the Franks, there's the Spaniards, that's from Spain, there's the Portuguese and whatnot. These are all distinctly different nation states. They're not the same. Stop making them the same. The Ireland, the Irish are not the same as the goddamn Spaniards, and the Italians are not the same as the Germans. These are distinctly different people. The Scandinavians are not the same as the quote unquote Franks or the French. Like, you can't paint them with one brush. But the day is going to come where they will be put on trial by artificial intelligence, because you cannot fool an AI lawyer like you could fool YSL's prosecutor or Fannie Williams, right? Who may be infallible, because as a prosecutor, she's going to have her cases thrown out. Why? Because she was too human. The human side of her made her fall and fail and catch a F and whatnot, and it went against her best interests. About she's trying to be politically, she's trying to get a political position by taking Donald Trump and Young Thug to trial and beating both of them and sending them both up the river. Come to find out, she was having an affair with one of her quote unquote colleagues and whatnot, and they were utilizing the state's money to take vacations. She's going to jail. She's going to jail. You know what I'm talking about? And all of that shit is going to flip on her. That shit is going to flip on her. It's gonna all flip around, and then it ain't gonna look too good. Young Thug is coming home very soon. He's coming home. And that Trump shit gonna get thrown out because they checkmated her. So the AI moving forward is not going to have emotions. You're not gonna be able to trick it the same way the white people have tricked you. They know trigger words that will set off your PTSD, almost like how the movie Get Out, where they knew the word to make homie's nose start bleeding. That's how they got our people and whatnot. But you're not gonna be able to get around AI. They're gonna go right to the facts. You signed certain treaties. You didn't abide by them. You came to the Americas. You were the indentured servant. You were the slave. Our research and our data shows, we translated these books that we were able to read in the Vatican. We translated these books that you have in your Ivy League schools. We translated these manuscripts that you had hidden in the Smithsonian. So the AI is going to have case law, it's going to have research, it's going to be stacked in ways that your bird ass public defender or these weak ass lawyers who be playing both sides and whatnot, because you'll never be able to get a European to take other Europeans to trial to get your land back, to get your resources back, to get your quote unquote treasury back, to get your gold and your silver. They won't stop playing stop playing with yourself and stop playing yourself. You understand? You smoking on moon rocks. You wilding and whatnot. That's not gonna happen. You shouldn't do. I hate that you're waiting for that. You know what I'm saying? I hate that you're waiting for that. But they live in fear, and they're talking about sentient, and they're talking about the AI is gonna end us because it's the only thing that really has the potential to end their reign right now. If you want to see the human version of it, it's called South Africa versus Israel in the International Criminal Court. That's the same way that it's going to play out when it's the Moors versus the quote-unquote Christendom, or when you put the Crusaders or you put the doctrine of discovery on trial and you have artificial intelligence officiate. And you better hope that they don't find your ass guilty, because you're finished if they do. But you have a strong chance now, more today than you ever had in your lifetime, to get your justice, to get your reparations, and to get your fucking land back by utilizing artificial intelligence, because men lie, women lie, AI don't. You know, it don't. They know what it's doing. It's gonna give you more righteousness than a crooked ass judge who got paid. He might be blackmailed. They might have evidence and photos and videos of him with weird sexual proclivities, and that's what they hang over the heads of a lot of these weirdos and whatnot. Their proclivities and the fact that they're blackmailing them, that they don't want to lose their family, they don't want to be publicly embarrassed and shit like that. So that's the game and whatnot. That's how they be playing people. You got to be able to get around that. You know what I'm talking about? You got to embarrass yourself so they don't embarrass you. You know what I mean? You got to learn how to embarrass yourself. So let's talk about these people right here that they don't want you to know about, right? These are the called the Sabbatian sect of Jacob Frank. The Sabbatian, right? These men have to be studied, because these are the people who are masquerading as Hasidics, masquerading as Jews and whatnot. These are the people that are hiding behind their people, but these are some extremely evil, wicked, and very demonic people. I shit you not. Okay, I shit you not. Okay, this is a Polak right here. He was into Jewish mysticism, you know. And these are some of the people that are functioning in Brooklyn in this sect, right? This sect that just got exposed for digging tunnels and whatnot. This sect that got exposed for digging tunnels, these are whatchamacallit? These are the landlords of New York City. These are the landlords, all right? These are the landlords. These are the slumlords too. These are the slumlords. These are the people that run the Diamond District, okay? These are the people that run the Diamond District in New York City, y'all. So the Chabad, also known as the Lubavitch, is an Orthodox Jewish Hasidic dynasty. Chabad is one of the world's best known Hasidic movements. Okay? It's a movement, right? Why do Hasidic Jews have two curls? The Jewish rule is that a man must not cut or trim his hair with a special facial region. The boundaries of this prohibited zone on each side of the face, roughly between the middle of the eye and the ear, below the minimum. We used to call them Goldilocks. Right? So this is where Bibi comes from, right? Netanyahu and all of them, they spawn out of this movement right here. This is Orthodox, very right-wing movement. Here you have one of the most, this person right here, he was right next to Donald Trump, right? Jared Kushner, okay? Jared Kushner was, he's married to Ivanka, okay? And he was Trump's right-hand man, right? Making a lot of moves and whatnot. He's even responsible for making plays to set up the third temple, all right? And he is a dual citizen, okay? He's a dual citizen. He reps for Israel and America. And these are some very powerful, politically tied in, very shrewd, extremely shrewd. Like these are the misers, these are the penny pinchers, these are the slumlords, like I said, you know what I mean? And these people are yielding a lot of power. These are the warlocks, these are the wizards. That's them. That's them. You know what I mean? Um, a lot's to be said about this group of people. We're gonna learn more about them as they get exposed more. More and more will be exposed because look, man, the rabbit hole goes deep. And Cat told you, not Red. Cat told you 2024 is the year that everything gets exposed. All secrets come to the surface. So that's all you basically seeing. That's all you basically seeing. But yeah, it's going down. It is it's a very unprecedented times that we're in. And it's happening because it's supposed to happen. Nothing is happening outside of what was already planned. Nothing. Not a thing. There's more, actually, there's more uplifting things. There's more lit things. There's more opportunistic things that are taking place than the opposite. No, the NPC stems update. Nah, enlighten me about that. Let me know what that's about. But yeah, it's crazy. Once again, commercial real quick for the family and the ATL that just came in the building. Shout out to everybody in the ATL and the surrounding areas like the Carolinas, um, like South Carolina, North Carolina, like Rome, Macon, all of those, you know what I'm saying? I need y'all to pull up on Monday. Come to the West End, right here to 640, which used to be Unity Cafe. Now it's the YG Urban Cafe, 640 Evan Street. All right. We got Brother Rich in the building. All right. Brother Rich will be in the building. We're going to be playing music out of Holy Ghost 3. We're going to be interviewing the brother about his success, about his platform, and about his vision for the future. And then we'll also be doing other things. I will be hosting it. We'll be doing a networking and mixer from 7 to 8, meaning that people are going to be coming in and they're going to be chopping up. They're going to be listening to some light music. They're going to be eating food and whatnot. We're offering plates in the realms of plant-based foods, um, uh, vegan food, and also pescatarian food as well. So make sure you reach out to us. Hit the QR code right there on the flyer. It'll take you right to the site, or you could click the link inside of the bio, and it will take you there as well. Okay, it would also take you there as well. The link is in the description right there in this video on the tube. Let me get it over to you over there on Instagram, so you could go ahead and make the trip to the site. Okay. Okay. They got the program to separate the stems. If you got that program, can you send that to me though? Because I really need that. I got some songs from that I want to remaster them. And I was basically looking for the program that I could run a song through there and separate the stems, kind of unlock it and whatnot, so I could master the vocals, clean them shits up, give it that remix, you know what I mean? Give it that boost that it needs. Give it that boost. It's so much going on though. You know what I mean? It's so much going on, rude boy. It's so much going on, you know. It's letting you know that this year, the Bitcoin ETF got approved. Ladies, get ready for the pressure from the Bitcoin boys. Them niggas is coming back outside. Y'all about to get wild pressure from nerds and shit. And niggas that stay in their mama's basement. They about to put full court pressure on the thotties. You know what I'm talking about? They got that new Bitcoin, that XRP money. Yeah, the Bitcoin boys is outside of them cyber trucks. You know what I'm talking about? And they want all the smoke. You know what I mean? Because y'all shitted on them. They want all of the smoke. You know what I mean? They lost their little girlfriends to the scammers and whatnot, and other niggas. They want all the smoke. The Bitcoin boys is back. You know, that bull run is about. Look, anybody that took the class that I gave with Chicago Crypto over 2023, if you got that bread, if you came up, I want you to pull up and join our hedge fund. You know what I mean? Be a part of the hedge fund. That's the best way that you could give back and say thank you, is to join that hedge fund. You know what I mean? So we could really run up a bag. This is real. This, man, it's a lot to be said, but you know, throughout time, we'll say what needs to be said. You know what I mean? And with that being said, I'm going to wind it down, and I'm going to leave y'all with some music. I Could Do Magic. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to leave y'all with some I Could Do Magic off of that Black Magic album entitled Holy Ghost. And I would love to see y'all on Monday in the building. If I don't see y'all, I'll see y'all one day soon. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, thank you for your time. Make sure you hit up the Cash App, show some love, show some appreciation. Shout out to everybody that was showing appreciation during the show. You know what I mean? That was I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that. Looking. And I'll see everybody
all on
the other side.
Yeah, started out with nothing. Now I got a whole lot of something. Breaking through the roof. Willy Wonka when he pressed the button. When I do a money ritual, all of a sudden money started coming. Then I cut the Holy Ghost. I still be rhyming even when I'm mumbling. You repeat my name 3 times. While you staring in the mirror, bottle will appear like poof. I came from out of thin air. To me, the gun is like a magic wand. I make a problem disappear. I knock a hated teeth out his mouth. Just to turn him to veneer. I can do magic. 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 When I open up my mouth, I can move masses. Black magic on the beat, turn it to a classic. I'ma take the money out the bank, then I'ma put it in a mattress. So many niggas gotta pick the cut, so I turn it to my own fashion. I'm the original AI. I don't gotta go to practice. I got the answer for all the questions. You don't even gotta ask it. Pop, 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 pop. Heard another rapper got blasted. Shoot, DMT, Molly X. I'ma mix it all up. The acid. I can do magic. 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 Call me Houdini, the way I remove chains. I make it look too easy. When I can't blow, make the money fall from the sky like it's Houdini. It's too creepy. When I wanna talk to death, I'm a wizard. I use Ouija. Audio. Side partner, take the pipe down. Call her Luigi. I'm the blue genie. When I do a magic spell, I say hocus pocus. Get the cauldron smoke. Up in the dopest post. I know who the Holy Ghost. Alakazam. I do magic like Shaq and Kazam. On the magic like Shaq and Orlando. Yo, I come from a magical land. Feel like Urban Johnson on the Lakers. I got some talented magical hands. If you pass it to me in the basket, I'll do an immaculate slam. Damn, abracadabra. Turn imagination into matter. I be turning eyes into cadavers. I'm the Alpha and the Omega. I'ma be in the before and after. I'm a magician. I'm the alchemist winning the kitchen. Got a secret recipe I'm mixing. If you witness Jehovah, you snitching. Are you Christian? No, I'm different. I created a whole new religion. I be making accurate predictions. Life is like an episode of Simpsons. I can do magic. 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 I can do magic, 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 I can do magic.